My name is Olamma. I grew up in comfort. Maybe that's why I didn't notice the cracks in the walls until the whole house collapsed. I was 17 when I realized my driver had been watching me, not like a protector, but like prey. His name was Moses. He was older, late 40s, maybe. Balding, quiet. He'd worked for us for over 5 years. Everyone liked him. He smiled often, opened doors, carried groceries, waited patiently at the gate after school. When I was 13, I used to sit in the front seat and ask him childish questions. He'd chuckle and say, "Small madam, I no fit answer that 1-0. I laughed with him. I trusted him. I didn't know. I didn't know that every time I changed clothes in the back seat while rushing from school to music lessons, there were eyes on the rearview mirror. I didn't know that when I dozed off in my school uniform, sweaty from Lagos traffic, my skirt riding up, someone was memorizing what he saw. I didn't know that every compliment, "You don't grow, oh," or "This your smile fits Scatterman's heart," wasn't just a joke. It happened on a Thursday. My parents were in Abuja for a conference. Moses had been asked to pick me up from a friend's house and drop me at home. No stops, no delays. He arrived late. When I got into the car, something felt different. The air was still. The smell of the car was heavier, like musk and sweat and old engine oil. He didn't speak as we drove. I remember looking at his face in the mirror. He didn't smile. He didn't blink much, just kept glancing, too often, to where I sat. That was the first time I noticed his eyes. Not kind, not fatherly, not even curious. Hungry. I shifted uncomfortably, pulling my jacket tighter around my chest. Halfway down the road, he said, "Small madam, I fit branch one place, make I collect small thing." I said no. He laughed. Nah, just 5 minutes. You day fear." He didn't wait for my answer. He turned into a narrow side road I'd never seen before. Bushes thick on either side. One lone palm tree leaning overhead. My heart started to beat too loud. "Moses," I said no. He ignored me. "Moses, my daddy go sack you." That's when he parked the car, turned off the engine, turned in his seat to face me. He smiled. But this time, it wasn't a smile I recognized. I won't write what happened next in full. Not because I forgot, but because remembering it word for word feels like scraping my skin open with glass. He didn't hit me. He didn't yell. He just reached, touched, pushed limits. And I froze. That's the part nobody talks about. You imagine that when danger comes, you'll scream, kick, fight. But sometimes, you just shrink. Your brain whispers, "This is not happening. This is not real. You'll wake up," but you don't. Not until he starts the car again. Not until you're home. Did this just happen? Did I let it happen? I didn't tell my parents. Not that day, not the next. My body came home, but the rest of me drifted. I flinched when people hugged me. I bathed longer. I began sleeping with my door locked and a chair under the handle. I avoided Moses. Told Mummy I was tired of school runs. Lied that I wanted more exercise. Said I'd take taxis with friends. But the day he touched my younger cousin's shoulder and said she was turning into a fine woman, I saw red. That night, I told my mother everything. She went silent. For a long time, then she started to cry. Not small tears, not motherly sniffles. Deep, shaking sobs that frightened me. She told my father. He didn't cry. He got angry, the loud kind. They called the police. They fired him, of course. But nothing else happened. No arrest, no charges. Moses disappeared, like a shadow slipping through the crack in the wall. People say, "At least he didn't rape you." They say, "At least you spoke up before it got worse." They say, "You're lucky." And I nod. Because what else can I say? That every time a man leans too close, I want to vomit. That every time I pass a mirror, I wonder if it was my body's fault. That I hear his voice in my head when I close my eyes. No one wants to hear that. Because somewhere another girl is riding home in a car with a driver her parents trust. Because somewhere another Moses is smiling through the rearview mirror. Because people think danger comes dressed like a monster. But sometimes it comes wearing a clean uniform, opening the car door, holding your backpack, calling you small madam. Now I know what warning signs feel like. Now I know the silence of adults can be louder than screams. Now I know I wasn't stupid, or weak, or lucky. Now I know. I didn't deserve it, and it wasn't my fault.